All right, let's jump right in. In pretty much every culture, right, we're taught to respect our parents and teachers. But what if you had to rank them? I mean, really think about it. Who deserves the absolute highest honor? Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty fascinating philosophical take on this. And trust me, the answer might surprise you.
So, the basic idea here is actually really simple and kind of beautiful when you think about it. Our parents and teachers, they're our most revered guides. I mean, without our parents, we wouldn't even be here to experience the world. But then, without our teachers, how would we ever understand it? They're like the two pillars holding up our whole existence.
But of course, that leads to a much deeper question, doesn't it? It really forces us to think about what we value the most. If you had to create a hierarchy of respect, who gets the top spot? Is it the parent who gives us life itself, or is it the teacher who gives that life its meaning? It's a tough one.
Okay, so to even begin to answer that, we've got to lay some groundwork. We need to understand the core philosophy here, and it all starts with this one principle, something described as the absolute highest duty a person can have.
And this isn't some new idea, by the way. This comes from the ancient epic, the Mahabharata. There's a moment where the great warrior Bhishma just lays it all out. He says that serving your parents and your guru, your teacher, it's not just a nice thing to do. No, he says it's the ultimate moral and spiritual duty. It's the very core of a good and righteous life.
Now, here's where it starts to get really interesting. Before we even bring the teacher into this whole thing, the philosophy sets up a fascinating hierarchy between the parents themselves. And it's not about who's better in the way we might think, it's more about a specific kind of spiritual weight.
And get this, it's almost like a kind of spiritual math. A father's honor, it's considered greater than that of 10 Veda-knowing Brahmins, 10 incredibly learned scholars. But a mother, her honor is placed above that of 10 fathers. That just elevates the role of the mother to this incredible, almost cosmic level of importance.
Okay, so we've got the mother at the very peak of the family hierarchy. But right when you think that's settled, this philosophy throws in a major twist. It introduces a figure who is said to transcend even that incredibly profound parental bond. And this, of course, is where the guru, the teacher, enters the picture.
And here it is, the central claim, laid out right in the text. It's a bold statement, maybe even a little controversial for some. It says, "In my opinion, the guru is superior to the parents." Wow, okay, that is the point we really need to dig into.
And I know what you're thinking, because it's the natural question, right? Wait a minute, how can a teacher possibly be placed above the very people who gave us life? It seems to go against everything we feel instinctively. Well, the justification for this is all about the nature of the gift each one provides.
The logic here is actually pretty profound. It's built on this idea of two births. So the first birth, the one from our parents, that gives us our physical, perishable body, the nasher daho. But then there's a second birth, one that comes from our teacher. And that birth gives us ojur amor gyan, ageless, immortal knowledge. And since one gift is temporary and the other is eternal, well, the giver of the eternal gift is considered to have the higher rank. But wait, the argument doesn't even stop there. To really hammer this point home and cement the guru's supreme position, the tradition gives us this ultimate thought experiment. It's a test of reverence that pushes the whole idea to its absolute limit.
Okay, so picture this. You're standing there, and in front of you is a god, a divine being. And right next to them is your teacher. You have to greet one of them first. Who do you choose? I mean, talk about an impossible choice, right?
The answer, according to this tradition, is immediate. And for a lot of people, pretty shocking. You greet the teacher first. Yep, before God.
So the huge question is, why?
And the reasoning is just so powerful.
The idea is that it's your teacher who gave you the knowledge, the framework, the very ability to recognize and understand what God even is. Without your teacher's guidance, God would just be an abstract concept you couldn't grasp. The teacher is literally the gateway to all higher understanding, and that includes understanding the divine.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, this whole structure, it isn't about putting down parents or even divinity. Not at all. It's about elevating the incredible, transformative power of knowledge. That one gift that lasts forever, that transcends our physical bodies. So here it is, laid out for us, the final hierarchy of reverence. It's a framework that says the highest value isn't just on creation, but on understanding. The guru, the teacher, stands at the very top as the giver of that immortal knowledge.
Then comes the mother, and then the father, each with their own profound place in this order.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about, a way to bring this ancient idea right into our own lives. Just take a second and think about your own teachers. And I don't just mean in a classroom, but anyone who's taught you something important in life. What is the most immortal lesson one of them ever gave you? What's that one piece of knowledge that really stuck with you, that changed how you see everything? What was the lesson that, in a way, gave you a second birth?